Batteries for Life. How are you? Good morning, Teresa Dallas. Good morning, Lawanda. Thank you for the gifts. I had grandparents' duty this morning, guys. I had to take my grandkids to school this morning. So I stayed over at my son's house last night because it's like an hour and a half drive. So now I'm on my way to my house where I want to still do a little inspirational morning once I get back to my house. So I just thought I would just come live for a short while I'm driving, just to have a little conversation about whatever. Nothing in particular. You all having a great morning? It's Friday, guys. It's something about Fridays. Hey, Tater. So I'm going to still try to give you guys a good word as soon as I make it back to my house. I got to go through a lot of traffic. I know that. Good morning, Bushwatchers. Did you guys get my post that I put out to let y'all know that Inspirational Morning gonna be late today? I wanted to come live yesterday. Okay, thank you, Lawanda. I wanted to come live yesterday, but Roz and Coco dominated the airway. So I just sit back and enjoy the show, right along with you guys. So I gotta find me a time slot and stick with it because I don't want to be wrestling over. Sorry about that. That was my son and daughter trying to make sure I dropped the kids off and everything went smooth. They already know I got this. One thing about Granny now, she's punctual. If nothing else, she's about her business. If nothing else, never have to worry. Hello, Viola. I'm sorry that I was unable to read your comment, Teresa, but I'm driving and I just can't see until I come up on the stop. So I apologize. I like that they did change the speed limit on this road right here. They put it on 60. So I can go a little bit faster. It used to be 50. But I do have quite a ways to go, guys. So for those of you guys that have to get to work, don't let Granny be the reason that you're late. But I do want to give you guys that good word this morning. Let me see. see here. Can I? Enjoy your vacation, Teresa. She said my last day off till Friday, then my vacation start. Okay. So you all, let me see. What do you all think about Malcolm, Jamal Warner? What y'all think about that? I'm trying to do my grievance process and just try to get it out of my mind because I really don't like the way he left here. But I'm trying not to be feeling like somebody, it was some type of foul play in it. So I'm just trying to put that out in my mind, even though I keep it's all over social media. And I know the different outlets and people just be like, just trying to, they just, everybody's about click and view, so they just won't let it go. But it was just so sad because I really, really liked Theo, you know, as a actor. And I thought he grew up to be such a fine young man. And, you know, he always stayed out of mess, and you never heard anything negative about him. And he was a strong black man. And, you know, in this day and time, we don't have many. So we have to honor our black kings, you know, one that's about their business and about their family, good, strong family men, you know. So I was just so sad to hear that happened to him. And then they just giving all of these conspiracy theories about, you know, all this other stuff that was going on. They talking about him and his wife was never married, and his wife had 5 different names, and all type of stuff, y'all. All type of stuff. I'm like, man. And she know they gonna build him some type of shrine. And it looks like, they said it looked like something that came out of the Blair Witch Project. I never watched that movie, guys. That's right, LaWanda. I never watched that, but it's a crazy looking shrine with sticks and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Trying so hard not to even think nothing negative because, you know, they took me for a ride with Angie Stone, Prince, you know, and I was just following those stories every day, and I was just consumed, you know, with all of those different stories every day, trying to see what they were saying about what happened to people that I grew up with, you know. So they was like a family staple, you know, in my household. All of these people that I'm talking about, like Prince and Michael Jackson. I see Michael Jackson's song when I was 13. I thought I sounded just like him, you know. He was my twin. And anyway, and I love Angie Stone, you know. And then every time I turn on the radio or the social media, then they talk about foul play with all of these people that I like. And it all, what kicked off my, not suspicion, but my curiosity is that, you know, all the stuff that came out of that P. Diddy stuff, the blood rituals and the Illuminatis and all that stuff. I was like, man, you know, they doing all of that. That's sad. That's really sad that life is so, you know, people used to say life was priceless, but life nowadays have a price on it because people will take you out of this world for money. If somebody put a price on your head, it's sad. And they always say that those famous people that be leaving this world in a crazy, weird way, they be getting ready to expose something. I'll be like, what? But that's what got me. This big old semi is rolling. I got one on the side of me, one behind me. This is our interstate. They have all the trucks, all the 18 wheelers on this one right here. Come on, little Cadillac. I'm letting you in. My access is next, so I can't get over too far. Look at this fool. Anybody else coming on my side like that? I want to see what LaWanda's saying when I get off this exit at this light. That is why, guys, I didn't get over, because I knew my exit was coming up. Because I don't stay on the freeway a lot, I go the streetway. Okay, let me see what I want to say. We all have a time to be born and a time to die. I don't pay attention to that foolishness. You're absolutely right. The Bible tells us that everybody has a time. So that's why I be like this, Lord. I be like, you know what? You got to realize that God is definitely in control. And I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, you know? But I just don't want people to think like the rich people don't have a time to go, just like we all do. You know, their time expired just like ours. And it's not that they are invincible. But it just be weird the way that it be happening. Just like with Angie Stone. She had just came out and started talking about people had took money from her all these years, and she did not know that they was taking her money, and it's a lot of record deals that she never got paid for, and it was like millions of dollars that somebody was withholding from her. And then soon after that, she be in this horrific car accident with 20 people in a limousine, and she the only one passed. Craziness. Craziness. And now with Malcolm, he's saying that was in Costa Rica with his daughter on the beach. They just have given us so many stories. And some people say he was trying to save his daughter. I just want to know what was the real story. Some people say he was trying to save his daughters. And then some people said that he was taking a swim. Now this don't make any sense at all. This is one of the stories. He's in the water and his 7-year-old daughter is on the beach. And his wife was not even there. She didn't even go on the vacation with them. It was just him and his daughter. And I'm like, what? Nobody. And he loved his daughter so much. It makes no sense for him to leave his 7-year-old daughter on the beach while he get in the ocean and be swimming. That don't even make any sense. How he's gonna watch his 7-year-old daughter while he in the ocean? So we know that don't make any sense. So stories like that, Lawanda. Stories like that, like what? Y'all just gotta make it make sense to people, you know. Because even though he was not doing a whole lot of stuff, but he was getting ready. So this is another thing. This is how life worked too. Doors was just beginning to open up for him again. He was getting ready to do this podcast called Not All Hood. And in this podcast, he was trying to show the world that us, our race of people, we're not all hood. You know, some of us are doctors, lawyers, you know, CEOs, and all of this type of it's upstanding citizens, and you know, we're not all hood. And just when he getting ready to start his podcast, then that happened. But that's how life goes. And I heard so many people getting ready to do some good stuff, and then their time ran out. So that's why it wasn't so unheard of to me. It wasn't so far-fetched. But they're gonna make something out of nothing, you know. Loving my grandson. Hey, beautiful. Thank you guys for joining me, Bushwatchers, and my people in the chat. Thank you guys. Even though you guys are not really engaging in the conversation, they just let me know that y'all love to hear my voice. So I just keep talking about something. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all supporting me in that way. Y'all, sometimes I just turn on my social media platform and put it on one of my content creators that I like. And I don't engage. I just like to listen to what they're talking about. It's not that big of a deal, you know. But thank you, Lawanda. Lawanda, my moderator, she's trying to work and she's trying to engage in the conversation. So she's doing a lot, guys. So let's give Lawanda a hand. Here you go, Lawanda. Here's my hand, Lawanda. That's funny. Let me see what else is in the news that I think is weird that's going on in the world. We usually go around, but I'm gonna be patient. Hey, Brenda. Brenda, you know I haven't seen your name in such a long time. How you been doing? Brenda Shackelford. I haven't seen that name in such a long time. Don't be a stranger there. You hear? Okay, so I heard somebody say that in the sister circle that the things that we do there, we post up people family pictures and they loved ones that has passed on, and we just make fun and laugh at them, and that's all that we do in the sister circle. And I'm new to the sister circle, and I've been there for about I guess a good year, you could say. Maybe a little bit longer, but anyway, I only said that to say this. What I have seen from the sister circle is nothing like what you guys are hearing in the bushes and on these different platforms. We are just so above what you guys are saying as far as our character. Nobody is playing around with anybody's deceased loved ones in the sister circle that I've seen. I haven't seen any pictures of anybody unalive family members. I haven't seen it. So you guys, content creators, you got to be careful where you get your information from and running with it. Do your research. One thing about the sister circle is that whatever we're doing over there, believe it, y'all got to get out of your own feelings and get out and stop thinking everything is about you guys. We have lives. We talk about our family. We talk about our life. We inspire each other. We inspire each other with poetry, and we say little things, uplifting spiritual things, and it's good like that for a lot of people. So don't believe the hype when somebody come and tell you that maybe somebody posted something and posted somebody deceased loved one. So I haven't seen that, and I'm not being biased or anything like that. I just haven't seen that. And if I saw a picture of somebody, I had no idea that they was not alive, but I don't even remember seeing anybody picture that I don't know and heard somebody like if you post somebody's picture, then you're gonna put a capture on that picture, some type of caption, so people will know that this is so-and-so, 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 like that. And I just haven't seen that. So the person know who I'm talking to, because they was just out here saying that they posted their loved one, their mother and sister or something like that, and we over here laughing and making fun, and I'm like, nope, that's not true, because I'm not for none of that. I'm not for none of that. There's nothing funny about me making fun of somebody's loved one that's no longer here. Why would I take pleasure in that? I was thinking about the content creator that made that comment, and I wanted you to know this, that you said that somebody brought it to you and told you, because if they hadn't brought it to you and told you, then you never would have known that they had pictures of your loved ones that had passed on in the sister circle. So when you said it, I thought about it, and I said, well, if they support you and they for you, knowing how hurtful that could have been to you, why would they bring that to you? Why would they bring that to you? So this is the type of stuff that I be like, I can't understand how a person can tell you that they love you, they care for you, and then they rip your heart out your chest. I don't get that. I don't get that. That's not a person that care about you, that'll hurt you by telling you, well, you know, over in that sister circle, they got your unalive mama and your unalive sister over in there, and they making fun of. They know that's gonna break you. They know that's gonna bring your spirit down. Why would they do that? That's why I always talk about bringing people bad news. That's not nobody that like you that'll do that. That's almost like an enemy, because your enemy is just like the devil. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. If anybody want to break your spirit, they're gonna say something like something that's hurtful. Why would they do that? You know, why listen to somebody that's gonna bring you bad news? Tell people, don't tell me nothing bad. I'm in a good mind space. I'm in a good place right now in my life. I don't want you to tell me nothing that's gonna bring me down or make me worry or give me anxiety, make me feel depressed. That's how that should go. That's how that should go. I want everybody to pray for our sister Diamond D. I was in her live on yesterday, and she was like, kind of like, I felt like she had been battered by the storm, and I just wanted her to know that we know that one thing about the devil, he can see into your future, and if he sees something really, really good is coming your way, then that's when he will attack. We studied that in our Bible class on yesterday, and it was just saying that you gotta pray. You gotta pray. The devil will attack you when he feels as though your prayer life is, I forgot how the teacher put it yesterday. I wish she had heard that lesson yesterday, even though I might need to do that one over, guys, because, you know, my YouTube was buffering really, really bad, and a lot of people missed that one. But that was a good, powerful one, talking about prayer. Do you see the blinkers? What are you doing, dum-dum? Cut out in front of me like that. Yes, I want you to hear that, oh my God. That prayer lesson we had yesterday, Diamond D. That's exactly what you needed for yesterday. But I hope you feel so much better today, because, you know, we've been made endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning. So we know yesterday was a bad day for you, and you just felt like the weight of the world on your shoulder. So I hope today is a much better day for you. Just know that when I was listening to you talk, many of us have been right there. I've been in that spot before. But I just felt like everything was closing in on me and my children, and I didn't feel like when would I have time for me? So I could relate to what you were saying so much. So don't feel like you're the only one. I just know so many people have those moments. But I'm so happy to know that you're so strong and you're gonna be okay. I'm so glad that we are virtual sisters and you got all your big sisters and stuff you can talk to about stuff. Granted, for one, you never have to worry about me throwing anything back up in your face, trying to hurt you in any type of way when it comes to you dealing with certain things. Once you say it and we talk about it, then I'm no longer trying to hold on to that. If anything, I'm just going to pray for you and with you. But I'm never going to try to do anything to make you feel bad or for crying. Because, I come to social media, I cry. I cry all the time. I cry if I want to cry, If something's sad and touch my heart and I want to cry, I cry. I try not to fall apart. I try not to get the opposite thing to talk about, but they're not going to ever make me feel shame for feeling sympathy for somebody or empathy. They never going to make me feel bad about that. Because I'm human and I got compassion. What you tell him, Ari for life? It's too early for him. That's right, honey. I had did a live. I was talking about the trolls, and I was talking about you too. I said, you too. I don't know why you got that computer putting these trolls out in these chats. It's just pathetic that you do that. They're all trolls, guys. Trolls are bots. Trolls are bots. I don't know why. Who bright idea was for the trolls to come into the chats and just say the worst things to people. I don't know who crazy idea that was, but that sounds like something wicked. We know that social media is airwave, and the devil is the prince of the airwaves. So I just sometimes scratch my head and see how people could be so evil so early in the morning, and I be like, how do you wake up with that type of spirit? And I just thank God that I don't wake up that early in the morning with that type of spirit. I have to get there. I wake up with joy in my heart and praising and thanks the Lord for another day. That's just how I wake up, And then I feel sad for the people that do not wake up that way. I don't get why some people be so mean to others and they just want to just say something mean and hurt your feeling. You just be like looking at these folks like, what is wrong with you? I didn't sleep with you last night. What is the problem? And they just jump in these people chat and they be so mean and they say the worst thing and it's just crazy. It's just so crazy for us to see how many crazy people that we have in the world. Who jumps in somebody's chat? I mean, grown up, mature people. Your head big. Who are you? You look like Madea. You ain't got nothing else to do. You don't have anything else to do. Well, why don't you go find your job? Why don't you do something productive? It just be crazy. I'd be like, what? If you don't move, early in the morning, man, this world is effed up. Because I come from a time when people was courteous. People always try to say something nice, say a kind word to people, When all this craziness, I know it always exists, guys. Don't get me wrong, but social media really made an outlet for all of this foolishness. Social media just opened up the floodgates for fools. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Chloe Wiley. Hey, Broken But Unbroken. Yes. So, I love this type of weather, guys. I think what I'm going to do after I do my inspirational morning, I think I'm gonna get out and walk. I think I'm gonna get out and walk. The one that said the government will be restricting EBT and SNAP users in the 12 U.S. states from purchasing junk food in 2026. For real, I'm so glad I work and pay cash. Girl, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, LaWanda. LaWanda, that is crazy. That is crazy. I'm so glad I work and pay cash for my grocery. Don't tell me what I can and cannot buy. Girl, that is foolish, LaWanda. That's not true. How they know that? That's crazy. Cause Aries for life. That's why they put those cameras up everywhere. LaWanda say exactly. I'm not out from that. I'm not cut from that cloth. That is so true. Aries. Uh, they put all those cameras in all these different stores so they can watch everything that we do. It is so crazy. It is so crazy how controlled the world is. Everything is controlled. Everything is controlled. That's why I stopped playing lottery, all of that. It's controlled. When they first came out with the Georgia lottery, you could go and everybody was winning. I figured that was just their way of drawing people in, getting people addicted and hooked on it. Everybody was winning, and then they just tried to figure out how could they control it. So they bought this large computer that can count numbers in seconds and put out different numbers in seconds and change numbers. You know, it was a number computer that was really good with numbers. So they paid for that. They paid millions of dollars for that computer. And when they put that computer in place and set it up, nobody could win anymore. So it went from not being controlled to being controlled. And a lot of people stopped winning. I stopped playing. I said, nope, it got to be natural. It got to be natural. If it's not natural, it ain't no good. Yeah, they try to control it. I'm like, no, no. So anyway, you guys give me a few minutes, maybe about 10-15 minutes, and I'm going to come live with inspirational morning. Okay, guys? All right. So I'm going to end this live. Thank you guys for riding with me. I love you guys.